So this is part 3. One of our biggest concepts is called assess and reassess. So what that means is that if you find the problem, you should see and feel the change immediately. If you don't see and feel the change immediately, then it's not working, right? There's no try this for 6 weeks or do these stretches or drills for a month or a couple weeks and then it should get better. Do these stretches or mobility exercises and it'll get better. So let's take a look at the press, and I shot this where I did my old press not thinking, and you guys saw it in the first part 1 and part 2. You can see all the issues happening. I'm already shifting this way towards the left. The bar's already crooked. So the thing that we found in all the common denominator, I guess, the root cause to why my left shoulder hurts, my left neck is tight, is the root cause of it is that there's nothing supporting this posture. So that lat, the riblets, it collapses, it shifts. And then what has to take over is the trap, the shoulder, and the tricep. So all I'm doing here is focusing on that. So you run it through that assessment, and then you have to reassess. You have to compare the before and after. So you can see it's a significant change. Just, it's immediate. I didn't have to do stretches or roll out my lats or do these band pulls. I'm fixing it right away because I know where the problem's coming from. If you're told to do a lot of drills and things like that, that will fix the problem. That's kind of a red flag for us, okay? So if you look, immediately this press is already looking straighter. And then when I lock out, I see the difference, and I sure as hell felt the difference. You can also check on the distance between my neck here shrugged up, and right there is a lot more even and straight. So assess, apply, found the problem, and then we reassess to figure out if we're in the right, we're moving in the right direction or not. So we're moving on to the bench press now. Moving on. So same thing. We saw that on the first one, especially at the bottom. What you guys always look out for pressing and benching is the shifting of the bar. So what's causing that shifting? No, it's not a tight muscle. It's a muscle that's weak, that has turned off during the range of motion. So right there, my shoulders were okay. And then right here when I needed to push back up, something turned off. Same thing. All I focused on for all 5 of these lifts to change, the side by side, was making sure I engage that lat. Engage that lat and rib cage, pushing up against it actively the whole time. And so let's see if there's a difference. So I'm actively driving up through the lats and riblets. So right at the contact point, I'm pretty stable and pretty neutral. Here you can see it collapse and shift. You can see the difference. Just the posture even looks better on this side. There's a slight shift, right? But I'm still feeling active, so it's a little better than this. This is a full collapse, and then when I drive up, it's all bad. Something has to take over, again, front shoulder, trap. So pushing off of here, it's a lot more balanced. I feel a lot more engaged. There's not a collapse in the posture. So same application, right? Because the idea is I found the problem. Now I'm just applying it, running it through all these tests back to back to back. Really no warm-up. So again, it proves to be an improvement. So it checks off that, okay, that is the problem, is the lat and the posture and the riblet collapsing on the left side. That's causing all these issues. So moving on to the clean. So what do we assess? We saw that even on the pull under, it's a high shrug on that side. Same idea when I set up, same fix. I'm extending that T-spine, or I'm firing that left lat, making sure it stays on, and the riblets, see if it makes a difference. So even through that, right? Yeah, my left shoulder's still a little high, but it's still different. This one's definitely way higher. The bar's in way worse of a position, I guess. It's tilted already a lot more. So let's see what happens on that turn over when the catch. versus this one. A lot more balance with the bar because I didn't shrug the hell out of this side. That's why this bar ends up being so high. Again, the root cause. And again, the fix, you can tell my back is kind of like expanded, flared out in a good posture, where you can see that the wrinkles in the shirt, I'm just overextended, collapsed. So at the bottom, a lot more stable. You can just see both postures. My fingertip is already off the grip here. I'm barely holding on. You can see there's no stability through the torso. This one looks pretty upright, pretty solid. I'm not struggling to hold the weight up. Again, same, just finding the problem at its root cause really fixes a lot of the issues, saves us a lot of time, because then traditionally it would be like, okay, you need to mobilize the lats, stretch out the tricep, do these band drills, but that's just going the wrong way, wasting time, making things worse. So moving on now to the next lift, we got clean and jerks. Again, I just did these quickly back-to-back cold, so if you're more warmed up, you'll get an even better reading. Same idea on that power clean. Is it perfect? No, but there is a visual change. It's improving. Look at how out that elbow is compared to this one. And this side's shifting and collapsed already, where this is still pretty neutral compared to the other side. Visually, if you look left to right, it's night and day. And then we're really focusing more on the jerk here, because same idea, the catch, better posture on the right, full grip on the bar for a better jerk, better catch. You can see the wrist angle, right? Why people have wrist problems in front racks. It's not a wrist mobility issue. It's just that these muscles are off, causing the wrist to take more of the pain or pressure. So again, root cause. So let's fast forward. Let's see what the jerk looks like. All right. This is a better posture, full grip. Good. Catching it, very unstable. You can see a lot of shaking. This one, what I noticed on the video, if you look, because I was off center, when I stand up for it, very shaky first of all. I have to push off my left leg, and you'll actually see this in the snatch as well, to catch it. So I was shifting the whole time. There's no stability. I couldn't just stand straight up with it. And if you look on this side, pretty stable base. I'm connected through the ground. Then I come straight up. So keep that in mind while we go over the snatch as well. Let's get you caught up to the snatch. Okay, so here we go. Let's move it. So a little straighter, a little more engaged on the right side, postured up. So the posture is what I was focusing on as well. The catch right here. You can see that because this is collapsed, so is the back and the hip. There's a lot of shifting going on right when the weight hits. See that? It's like caving in. On the right side, I catch it. A lot more sturdy in the upper body. You can see I kind of like runs into a wall. It's pretty good. But same idea, what I found, is that since I'm so shifted and I'm off balance, I have to force to take a step with my left leg. Isn't that weird? But anywho, we're not getting too deep into this assessment of snatching. But the idea is just a lot more stability in the shoulders. You could even see right here my head is like aimed a little to the left because that shoulder is higher. It's a lot more balanced here. So again, you have to see a visual change, and the athlete, for myself, I felt a lot more sturdy to feel the difference. So if you know that what you're being told is causing the pain, the problem, it has to pan out. So it gives you a nice little way to filter the information you're getting, what you're being told or what you've seen or read, to know what works or not. So again, all I focused on for all these changes was engaging that left lat, keeping that posture engaged with lat and riblet, with your T-spine open if you care about all those things. And then it made all those changes already. So now I have more accurate reading on all the videos or lifts on this side.